Welcome, everyone, to another episode of PC Building Simulator. Hope everybody's having an excellent Saturday, or whatever day you're watching this. I'm publishing it on a Saturday, so I just assume that you're hopefully having a great Saturday. Um, Last time we left off, we didn't end our work day, so we're waiting on this PC that's not working properly to come in, as well as we accepted a couple of new builds. So, uh, one of the builds needs to play Dota 2 at the minimum spec. And what was the other one? The other one needs dual GPUs and a 3D Mark score of 6843 with a $1,400 budget, which to me sounds a little low for dual GPUs, but hey, it's a game, not real life. So let's get these builds. Go ahead and put them on our benches. Oops, come on. There we go. We'll put this one over on this bench. I'm going to take a quick little break. You guys won't even notice because I'm just going to cut the section out. But I've got to figure out everything that these PCs need. And I'll come back before I place the order and end the day. So I'll see you guys momentarily. So I'm back. Here is one of the builds. This was for I went ahead and did the dual graphics card build first. We're going with a MSI Z270 Gaming Pro Carbon, a Core i5 6600K, an inexpensive cooler, the Arctic Freezer 33, some Corsair Dominator RAM, I think it's 3200 MHz, two of the GTX 980s, 500 gig Barracuda, 450 watt EVGA. I went online and ran this through to kind of see what the power consumption would be, and it claimed that a 450 watt would do it. So I guess I'll find out soon. A cheap case and a couple of fans, just because I know this case I think only comes with one fan. And in real life, if you're running two of these guys, you'd need more cooling than just a rear exhaust fan. So I went ahead and got a couple of fans. And then I'll have it delivered the next day, because we'll go in, once I get the other PC figured out, we'll go ahead and end the day, and that'll bring in all of our parts as well as the one we needed to fix. So I'm going to step away for another moment and figure out the other build, and I'll be right back. So I've got the second build here, and for the second build, this was for one that'll play Dota 2 minimum spec, but he's got a budget of $1,245, so I was able to work out something that would play it at a little bit more than minimum spec. So I'm going with the Mortoni, that's how you say that, H170. I'm going to put a i5 6600. I've got a brand new one in stock that I ordered for something else and never used. I will use this Arctic Freezer Esports Edition in white. Some Corsair, I think I got 8 gigs, two 4 gig sticks of Dominator Platinum 2666, I think. In here he said he thinks the Xi'an parts are the best. So I've tried to stick as much with those parts as I can. So I've got a Xi'an GTX 980, a Xi'an Mega SSD, a Xi'an Power King 400, the white NZXT, and a couple of Corsairs. And I'm pretty sure I probably just stacked them together. Yeah, I ordered another Seagate, a 500 gig Barracuda drive as well. So we'll go ahead and get this stuff ordered. And we'll end our day. We'll get everything in and we'll get started working. So we'll have the PC that needs repair and then all of our parts coming in. All right. So first, I'm going to remove this build, stick it back on the board for a minute, so we can go ahead and diagnose this and get it out of our way. We'll get the side panel taken off. See if we see anything funny. I mean, that sticker ram's in kind of a weird spot. As well as these mismatched R9 280s. That's interesting. One that needs external power and one that doesn't. I think I'm going to go ahead and move this RAM. Just because I can. I don't like where it's installed. Oh, I've got to flip the... Wondering why I wouldn't go in there. Alright. Let's hook these cables up. And see if it boots. No boot. So is the front panel hooked up? Somewhere. I think that's it. So it could be a power supply. Or it could be the motherboard. Let's try pulling the power supply first. Get this other side off. Get that unplugged. Get these unplugged. Got power running to this guy. Anything else? I unplugged the wrong plug, I think. Maybe? There we go. This doesn't make any sense, but let's check. I mean, that looks like it's not saying it's broken. That's a good possibility it's the motherboard. Let's go ahead and remove everything. Oops, I don't need to remove that. Sure, whatever. It won't let me screw it back in for whatever reason. Get this RAM out. Cooler off. Let's see, anything else? Alright, let's get this motherboard out of here and see if it lets us know if that's what's broken. Guess I gotta take all the standoffs out still. They should update this game so that you don't have to take the standoffs out when you remove a motherboard. Yep, it's saying that is broken. So let's go order another one of these Gigabyte AX370 gaming 5s. Gaming K7. This is what we're looking for here. So we'll do that next day. I'm going to go ahead and order it. And we'll get this off our bench. Start working on building these computers. So Desmond is Dota 2. I think that was this NZXT. Yep. And then Woodall. If I can pick this case up. Let's go ahead and get cases taken apart here. We'll start working on this dual GPU build. So let's see. Get our motherboard in there first. What did I order for this one? Was it the MSI? Pretty sure it was. Get all these standoffs screwed in. Man, that's a nice looking motherboard. Very nice. Excuse me. All right. Let's get that open. Let's get our... What did we order for that? I think it was a 6600K. Yeah. And we'll get our RAM, which was the 3200. We'll run this in dual channel. We'll get the other 3200 installed here. Let's put some, well, it's up here. Put some thermal paste. And we'll get this cooler installed on here. Go ahead and plug it up because I will forget. I think I got these fans here. And the other heat away fan. This out of the way. And probably that one and that one. Let's get Now let's hope this 450 watt does it. Seems a little low for dual GPUs, but guess we'll find out in a minute. Couple of 980s. Okay, do we need anything else other than our hard drives and stuff? I think we only had one hard drive. We had, where's our 500 gig? Let's start cabling things up. Okay, get the fans. Get the front panel put back on here. So we can cable that up. Oops. Get all these GPUs screwed in. So let's cable this up and see if it runs. Get our USB drive plugged in. Well, it's booting. We'll have to run a 3D Mark test and make sure it doesn't pull so much power that it causes the system to crash, because this 450 watt PSU can't keep up. What was I looking for? 3D Mark. Get that on there. And we'll get a test running. And while that's running, we will go and start working on the Dota 2 build. Why does this look like it's performing so poorly? May have to overclock that CPU. Well, while that's running, let's start building this. Let's get the panels off of this guy. Get some fans installed and start getting some other things in here. Let's see, fans. Oh, I didn't take the front panel off. It's so clear I couldn't tell. Now I'll put some fans in. There we go. Okay, let's get our motherboard in. Trying to figure out what that other gigabyte board was for. All right. Let's get our CPU in there. Okay. Wait a minute. I could have sworn I had a 6600 that wasn't broken. Oh. I'm not giving him a 6700. Well, let's get rid of this broken one. That's not going to work. Well, let's finish building this, and I'm going to order... Actually, let me go ahead and order a 6600. I could have sworn I checked my inventory. All right. Let's see, we'll do next day. It'll come in with the motherboard. Go ahead and get these memory clips open. We'll get the RAM installed. And we got this Dominator RAM. Get this out of our way. Let's see. I think this graphics card, let's take a look. Pretty sure it is a single slot. Yeah. So let's get some SSD going on here. And around this side, we'll get his hard drive. And let's get that power supply. I think it was the Shein. Oh, we've got to take off one of these rings. Now we can put it in. There we go. Here's this weird thing. It's like I'm just screwing the screws into the power supply. It has nothing to do with the ring. Like, it's not screwing down to the ring. Not very realistic. I mean, now it looks like it's attached to the ring. Yeah. Well, sort of. It's some magic that gets these screws go on that ring. Okay, start cabling this up. Let's see. Get the fans. That's plugged in. Okay, so we just need to wait on the CPU to come in. We can get this front panel put back together. We'll get the back side put on. And we'll get this lock installed back here. Oops. Okay. So this thing blue screened. I think it's because of that power supply. I think I'm going to order another power supply. Something more than 450 watts. Let's see. Sheehan's got a 600 watt. Let's try this Cooler Master. Should have just ordered everything and had it delivered the same day, because now I'm spending $90 in delivery fees because I've ordered 3 different things. Let's power this guy down. And let's get this power supply out of here, because I don't think that it is powerful enough. So since I can't do anything else until stuff comes in, let's go ahead and end the day. We'll get our parts in, and then hopefully we can finish this up. So here's our parts. Whoops. Let's get this open. Let's get our processor installed. Oh, there it is. Looking for thermal paste. And we'll get cooler on here. I think that was everything we needed for this one. Let's see if we can't get it to power on. Oh, gotta put USB drive. Power cycle it here. There we go. Perfect. Get the side on this case. And that is one build done. We'll power it off. And let's get this out in the hall. Go ahead and put this one back on the bench. Let's see about getting the power supply in this guy. Get it cabled up. Maybe. This isn't a modular power supply, so it gets ugly cables. But I think I've already gone over the budget for this thing by about $5. I may have to take one of these fans out. Maybe we'll take the top front fan out so it blows in cool air at the bottom and then it exhausts it kind of as it warms up out near the top. See if we can get this thing to run. I hate watching this thing run, so while that's running, let's get the new motherboard installed in this one. So it was this Gaming 5. Get all these blasted standoffs put back in the same spot that made me take them out from. I guess that's where that tool that you can buy once you hit level, I don't remember what level it is, one of the higher levels, you can purchase a tool that like automatically screws in all the screws. So I guess that's what gets you to spend, it was expensive, like $8 grand or something on that tool. So well, let's see, was there Ryzen? Get their RAM installed. Let's see, get some thermal paste. I think this is their green cooler. They had a couple of funky graphics cards. I need to put that cover back. There we go. I don't really understand why those are hooked together with an SLI bridge, because I didn't think that non-NVIDIA cards used SLI bridges. I forgot what I was looking for. Power supply. All right, let's get this cabled up. There we go. Connect up the graphics card that needs power. Motherboard. CPU. They got a couple of white cables. Let's see if this thing powers up. $68.43, and we're at $67.38. So maybe we overclock that CPU just a little bit. see what we can do. Okay. Let's up the ratio. Should easily be able to do that. Let's try 1.35 volts. Let's see what that does. See if we can break it. Oh. Needs a little more voltage. Let's go for 1.45. We can always dial it back. If I have to take it straight to 1.5 volts, then I'm going to have to back off on that overclock. Let's see what it does. Oh, it hasn't crashed yet, so let's let it run. This is ready to go, though, so we can get all of our parts put back on it. I think this did have a lock. Oh, it's still an incomplete case. What am I missing? This stupid PSU mount. Alright, now we're good. That's ready to get out of here. This is still running. 69.45. So we definitely beat the 68.43. I'm happy with that. It didn't blue screen. Let's power it down. Get the side put back on it. Actually, I need to remove this. I need to remove one of these fans. I don't want to go over budget. Get negative reviews for that. Now we'll get it all put back together. And we'll get the front panel put on. Really, do I need to reboot it again and run it because I removed a fan? Alright, well I'm going to do that because I know it'll pass, and I'll be back when I'm done. So it turns out that removing that fan actually had a negative impact on my overclock, and it was causing the CPU to throttle. So I ended up having to dial the overclock back from 4.5 gigahertz down to 4.3 and I dropped the voltage down to like 1.4 or 1.35, something like that volts. And we're getting a passing score now. So it was just because this upper fan, I guess, wasn't pushing the air through anymore. It was causing it to overheat, but that fan would have put us over budget. So that's why I decided to take it out. But that's working now. So let's power this down and let's get it out to the customer. Let's go ahead and collect these. We got 5 stars for that one. We got 5 stars for that one. Got 4 stars for that. So we've got some more stuff, some more emails that came in, but this episode's already running long. So I'm going to wait until the next episode to go through these. I hope everybody has an excellent day. Thank you for watching the video this far. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Also, subscribe and click the bell icon to know when new videos go live. And I will see you guys in the next episode.